Congratulate the whole team, cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding this. Tell them line it up, like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, get it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulations.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. With a chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Prescott down. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Prescott now from the 50. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. Down inside the 10. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Throwing, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And again, it's Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
The kick by Marr is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going. That's exactly what you're looking for.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Wentz going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. That's caught by Sims. And out across midfield down to the 45. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them. That big play right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wentz to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Wentz. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here we go.
Back to the ground with Gibson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibson.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now Wentz. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Thomas. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
Gibson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Room here to run. Touchdown, Washington. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now, Prescott. And trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, right back to Gibson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. On second down, a run with Gibson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run with Gibson. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Robinson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Wentz now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Sly able to put this one through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17 to 3. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And Prescott his 3rd interception. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Jaron Kearse in on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Wentz's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And he's got room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Wentz on the bootleg. Out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It certainly looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like... for the red zone, but if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Play action. Now Wentz. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Gibson again. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. On play action, Prescott. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. 4 yards remain for second down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, Elliott. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Gets this out quickly to Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lefty.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Once more, Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A handoff running left is Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Wentz. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. He's got the first down and more. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion. And now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, empty.
One more time with Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 24.
Commanders 27, Cowboys 3.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10.
46.
Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in. And it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last says, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Throwing his Wentz. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a two-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. To throw is Prescott. He's going to launch it for Washington. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And they work this out past the 25. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A huge play there for Washington. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give to Gibson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. A handoff for Gibson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Cowboys make over first down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Prescott to throw it. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Prescott down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
2nd and 10. Prescott. This is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Commanders are going to the Super Bowl as we say goodnight, everybody.